So I'm Mariah.
And I'm Devin.
And we are the Plantiful Pantry. We are co-founders and co-owners, so we're partners in this wonderful adventure. We wanted to start off with a thought here. Give a woman a fish and you'll fish for a day. Teach her how to fish and you'll feed her for a lifetime. So we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go through our presentation, but this is something that we've actually learned after we've started the business.
And we may have changed the words just a little bit to go with the theme for this month for Women's History. But
Alrighty, so we are Mariah. I'm Mariah. My background is I've actually worked in marketing for a really long time, but I've been a very passionate plant-powered home cook for years, and I have successfully fed my active family. I have a husband and two children. They're teenagers, 16 and 17, with a plant-based, plant-powered diet for their entire lives. I've also worked in the spice industry for 8 years, so I'm very versed in spices and flavors and how to make veggies taste well.
And I'm Devin Olberding. I live in Mount Vernon also with my husband and 4 kids, 16, 14, 12, and 8. And I've been in the health and fitness industry for over 20 years in some capacity. I've been a personal trainer, and now I work at the Lester Burrish Center here in Mount Vernon, a new wellness center where I teach a number of different classes. I love helping people reach their goals in health and fitness, and I love encouraging and motivating and cheering people on. And yeah, that's about it. We're excited to be here.
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping this moving forward for some reason. All right, so here's what we do. And I think to sum this up is that we help people make plant-powered food delicious. And we do that in quite a few different ways. So as Liz said, we provide plant-powered meal planning, prepping, and shopping services that you will love. We have all of the tools, info, and support that you need to go from cooking overprocessed and uninspiring meals to flavorful and vibrant masterpieces. We are based in Mount Vernon, so that is north of Iowa City. However, we do have a virtual program, so anyone can participate from anywhere. We'll talk a little bit about our programs here in a bit, but we've had people from New York and even Alaska already participating in our program. So we're really excited about the reach that we've been able to get. We also provide ongoing support through private Facebook groups for our different programs. And we were founded just in December 2020, so we haven't been around all that long. And our first program launched January 2021.
Okay, so why we're doing it. We both share a very strong passion to empower people to take the steps they need to feel healthier mentally, physically, and spiritually. We both have had a long road of trying to achieve better balance in our own lives, and we've experienced firsthand how this lifestyle will help you. It will help you not only save money and time, look and feel healthier, strengthen your relationships and connections, and those family connections as well, and shift your mindset in all areas of your life. I am firsthand living proof that of how this can be beneficial. I'm relatively new to the plant-based lifestyle, but it has just really changed my life. And it's been so good for myself and my family.
Yeah. And I would say, Devin and I are just a great combo because she has been my friend for a really long time, but also my personal trainer. And so she helps with the coaching and the motivation and explaining the why behind all of this, which is also really important. So our target audience is really anyone who wants to eat healthier and live a more plant-powered lifestyle, and is willing to make those changes. I've worked in marketing for a really long time and worked in food marketing for a really long time. So I've seen a lot of plant-based research, and this study that we have here from the Climate Change in the American Diet Report found that half of Americans want to eat more plant-based foods. They just don't know what to buy. And from our research, we found they don't know how to get started and they don't know what to do. So that's really where we come in. So our competition it falls into two areas: meal planning services and meal kit services. So meal planning services, you might not be as familiar with those, although during the pandemic, these types of services really just exploded onto the scene. Probably our closest competitor is called Simple Green Smoothies, and they offer smoothies as the name implies, but they also do offer plant-based meal plans. There's a couple of other ones that are out there called Cook Smarts and E-Meals. The meal kit services are probably something that you're a little bit more familiar with. There's Hungry Root, Purple Carrot. Purple Carrot is actually one that is plant powered. HelloFresh, Blue Apron, and then there's Daily Harvest, which isn't really a meal kit, but they actually offer pre-prepared foods. So we're different on quite a few different levels from these services. First of all, we offer individualized coaching. So we actually help you make these meals through virtual prep parties and things like that we have listed here. As I mentioned earlier, we have small group support and instruction that goes along with that. We have a guide in our Jumpstart program, which we'll talk about here in just a moment, for each week. So we really walk you through all the steps. We have our own original recipes. So all the photos that you see here are our own photos, and they're our own recipes that we've tested and we know that they work. So that's another key thing. As I mentioned before, I've got a background in spice and flavors, and so we make sure that all of our recipes are expertly seasoned and very balanced. And then, of course, we talk about all of the health benefits that are built in to the program itself. A lot of these other services, they don't really have the ability, or they don't take the time to tell you why you're doing what you're doing. But I think the kind of the biggest thing is us. We're also what's different. We're there with our clients literally every step of their way. We're there on the Facebook group. We're also available to them via email. They can text us. I have one of our clients that texts us or texts me maybe once a day just to share some fun stuff. And we're fine with that. So it's really nice to have that personal connection with our clients.
Okay, so our first program that we've done, kind of the focal point, is called the Jumpstart program. And our first one was in February. It started in February, went through the month of February, and we have another one starting April 1st. This is a 30-day program designed to equip you with the tools, support, and knowledge to take your health and wellness into your own hands and make lasting, sustainable changes to transform your life. So included in this program, you get the weekly meal plans, you get the prep and batch cooking instructions, you get a shopping list that can also be connected to Instacart for home delivery. You get a variety of original plant-based recipes that we've created. And then the private Facebook group, like as she said, which is very interactive. We're on there checking it all the time and replying to comments. And enjoying the beautiful pictures and offering substitutions for people if they don't like something or if they don't tolerate something very well. And then we have our prep parties, my favorite part. On the weekends, we all get together via Zoom and cook and learn new techniques and tips and tricks in the kitchen. So that's super fun. One of our clients, Michaela, we've gotten several amazing testimonials, but this was one from our first program. I began the Jumpstart program hoping to find a few delicious recipes. I ended the program with so much more. In addition to finding lots of new family favorites, I found an inspiring community and renewed creativity and confidence in my cooking. I cannot recommend this program highly enough. And she lives in New York. That's the cool thing about this virtual platform is that we had someone from Alaska, New York, Kansas City, 22 people all coming together and sharing ideas and inspiration. So it was awesome.
We do have a few other programs. So right now, we're launching a collaboration with a local CSA, local to Mount Vernon here, called Abbey Hills Farms. So in that
It looks like we might have lost them for a moment.
I see everyone else moving around, so yeah, I think it's their connection.
I think so too.
I was like, is that just me?
It's not
Okay.
just you. I know, I had to go look around a little. I think that they'll be right back. Their screen's still sharing. Mariah and Devin, if you guys can hear us. Oh, nope, there they go. We'll let them back in. Always fun with technical difficulties.
Loving the presentation so far, though.
I know.
Fascinating. Yeah. So much growth in this area.
It is.
Does anyone do any like meal planning kits already in your life or no?
I have coupons too, but I haven't started.
Well,
which ones are those for,
manually.
Ethan? Ethan, which ones are those for?
HelloFresh.
maybe you should put those in the recycle bin or give them to a friend
This
and
one?
try this one.
Yeah. Oh, this one seems cool because it's a lot of plant-based stuff, which
Mhm.
I don't know. I watched a documentary, like a nature documentary a week ago, and I was like super depressed about how bad like cows and red meat are. So it kind of makes me lean towards plant-based. So I'll have to tell these guys when they reconnect that that's kind of an appealing part of their model.
All right.
That's their target audience.
Yeah.
John, did you say that you've tried one?
Just more my own manually. Like I worked with a nutritionist about 5 years ago to form a very specialized diet. And because of that, I've had to do a lot of the things that they're talking about. So I have some questions for them on, how this can, like how can plant-based kind of combine with some of those other specialties and can they customize it? Can they not? I mean, it's tricky. It's tricky stuff. Yeah.
It
Yes,
is.
Allergies and sensitivities now.
Eric, like when you'd ask Ethan about which kit, I know a friend of mine that he and his family will do a test run on a couple different ones, and it's mostly just to get the recipes. So as they go through it, is this something the family likes, so that it shakes things up, and if they find new things that they like, it's not necessarily to stay subscribing to HelloFresh. It's because the recipe cards come along, and then they'll see what they want. But I'm really interested in the plant-based component here too, as a form of differentiation.
I think
I
one of
tried
the
a Blue Apron box with a friend once, and I can follow a recipe, but we messed it up so bad that it was just funny how not funny it was. The finished product versus what the recipe was supposed to look like. So that was fun, my experience with that.
Yeah,
But he
the hard
got a
part.
free trial that then he canceled because he got 3 free meals for that. So that was an interesting like growth strategy of Blue Apron. I don't know how they're doing now.
Yeah, I've wondered what the carbon footprint is on like Blue Apron or HelloFresh. Just all the boxing of materials that go in for these kind of one-off small thing, and the amount of things that are flying and moving around. But that's that. I have no base data to even compare what's the carbon footprint of a grocery store.
Oh, it looks like they're back.
Yep.
That's a really good point, Matt, because this model would take care of that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's all about the virtual interaction.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Liz, you're going to have to make them co-hosts.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about how much we're loving it so far. So
Oh, good.
Positive things while you were gone.
Great. We got kicked off of our internet, unfortunately. But we'll
All
get
right,
back,
co-host now.
back in the groove. Oh, 1 second here. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'll keep going. So the other program we have is our Plantiful community. So once you've completed one of the programs that we talked about earlier, so the Jumpstart program or the Abbey Hill CSA program, and we've got a few other ones that Devin's going to share here in a minute that we're looking at starting, you can join our Plantiful community, and that's an ongoing group, and it's very similar to what we've done in Jumpstart, but it's just a little bit less intensive and a little bit more community oriented. So we're really excited to have that ongoing membership to help support people in pursuing this Plantiful lifestyle as they go forward.
Okay, and just recently we've been talking about and brainstorming some more future ideas and opportunities. And again, we don't have all the details worked out by any means. So any guidance you have would be awesome, or connections or recommendations or ideas, we're always open. The first thing is the private label pantry items. So we had an idea to create some spice blends and tea that kind of complement and go along with the recipes for our Jumpstart program. So these would be available at a store up in Uptown Mount Vernon here called K Apothecary, or online, available for purchase. A few different blends there. The other thing we're talking about is called a crash course program, which is kind of a condensed version of the Jumpstart. Since the Jumpstart is 30 days, we got a little bit of feedback that possibly, it could be a little intimidating for some. So we had an idea to do like a series of videos or something that you could complete at your convenience in order to join our membership without having to do the Jumpstart first, so that the techniques that we're using and the items that we're using. The fitness and wellness partnerships, we've talked about creating some programs for such as the Wellness Center here in Mount Vernon, in which you would kind of combine the movement aspect with the nutrition aspect to create a fun and healthy program there that would encourage community as well. And then a gift option that would be available to purchase, for instance, like a new mom who is wanting to become more organized with her meal planning, but just is really lacking time, that would be available for purchase for people to kind of lead them into this awesome lifestyle.
So here's how to find us. We are on our website, theplantifulpantry.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Plantiful Pantry Co. And that really concludes the formal presentation. We're super excited to get your feedback and hear any of your ideas that you have for us today. And we really just thank you so much for having us.
Great. Thank you so much, Mariah and Devin. I know there are lots of questions. We were talking about them while you guys dropped off for a bit. So I'll let whoever has a question go ahead.
Okay, I'll start. Ricardo, you had your hand up, so I wasn't sure if you were going to go first, but I'll jump in. So thank you.
I was clapping, sorry.
Oh, there you go, clapping. There you go. Thank you very much. Loved the content of the presentation as well as how it was beautifully visually presented. So thank you for that very much. My question for you would be, so I significantly modified my diet like 5 years ago and have some things that I'm trying to do in terms of gluten-free, dairy-free, low FODMAP, limited grains, those types of things. And so I've struggled a little bit with the plant-based. How do you see your program working with people who are kind of mixing multiple challenges like that? And is it adaptable for things in that way?
That's a great question. And I'll start, and then I think Devin can add to this. So interestingly enough, quite a few of our recipes are already a lot of the frees that you just mentioned, Dawn. So, they're not necessarily grain free, but we do offer modifications for grain free. They're all dairy free. Most of them are gluten free, and we already offer a gluten free option. They're very low in sugar. It's very, very, very natural and I guess organically healthy as it is.
And
Awesome.
we do have a custom program also that if you have specific health concerns or dietary restrictions, a more intense program where we would tailor each and every recipe to you and your needs through it would be a survey type of thing where we would gather some information and kind of coach you through it as well.
Awesome, which I think is so important what the two of you are doing together, because if I hadn't had somebody to work with during that process 5 years ago when I did this, I think I would have really struggled and not had as much success. So I think what you're doing is really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll echo that as well. I actually am working with a functional medicine doctor through an elimination diet right now to just start my program. So I think this is a really great addition. And guys, it's a big, proud big sister moment. I've known Devin for over 30 years, and I'm just so excited to have her here and see this awesome thing come to fruition. For your private label spice blends, so I love spices. I love to buy spices. Without having a recipe to do a spice blend for my recipes, which is that's where all the greatness happens, right? That's how you get your kids to like a dish, is with all the spices. So I think that would be an amazing addition to what you guys are doing as well.
Thank you. Yes, so full disclosure, I worked at Frontier Co-op for 8 years and know quite a few things about spices. And one of the things that we found was that we had some ethnic flavor profiles that we were using over and over again. So it actually, not only does it help you just make sure that you nail that flavor and make it delicious, but it makes it easier for you to prepare the meals as well when you already have the blends pre-made for you. So we're really excited to get that piece moving and add it to the programs.
That is awesome. And then another idea, if you guys took this on the road and did like an outdoor fitness event that maybe Devin led while you had your spice blends on like a table, I'd love to join something like that in the Iowa City area.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Take it on the road.
Yes.
we're excited to take it on the road and do all kinds of live things. We actually have our first live event this coming Thursday. We're having a tasting party at the Glenmauer Winery, also called The Local, here in Mount Vernon downtown.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, if you can join us, it's from 5 to 7 on Thursday night.
Awesome.
And we love the virtual stuff, but it's also great to be able to think about gathering again with people.
Yeah.
And then I have one more question, unless somebody else wants to jump in. With your meal prep parties, what does that look like? What is, either from a pricing standpoint to a prep standpoint, what does that look like for people that attend?
Yeah, so the Jumpstart program is a $99 program that's 30 days. So that includes the meal prep parties as part of that pricing. We're offering a discount right now that's 15% off the standard price. So if you get in before Friday for this next Jumpstart program that starts in April, starts on April 1st, you get a 15% discount. But the prep parties are basically, we pick 2 or 3 different recipes that we're going to make for the week and prep ahead. So we'll make those recipes. We'll walk through the techniques that are involved in those recipes. We'll also walk through one of the first parties. We'll walk through all the basics of prepping the different vegetables, because for a lot of people, these vegetables are new to them, and there are very specific ways of cutting cauliflower and cutting kohlrabi and those types of things. And then there's also some very specific ways to store those veggies so that they stay fresh longer, especially when you've pre-prepped them. So it typically looks like that. We wanted to have music and playlists and things like that, but we found that people really wanted to hear what we had to say.
They couldn't hear us.
Yeah, so they're still fun, but there's not a playlist like we were hoping. Maybe someday we can get that. So
we encourage people to play their own music and get their favorite drink and just make it fun.
If you're unable to attend the live prep party, do you record those for your participants that they can watch later?
Yes, we do. So we have everything on Zoom, and it's recorded, and then we'll share it out onto the Facebook group. Along with, the Facebook group has all of the recipes for the week. It has a list of things that you need to have ready for the prep party, as well as things that you could make ahead or prep ahead. So we're really trying to cover all of the bases for you to get started and make it as easy as possible.
I love the shopping list idea, because I just hate trying to grab all the recipes for the week and then create a list. And I love that concept.
I just have a quick question. So plant powered, how does that differ from vegetarian?
Plant powered is really pretty much plants only. So no dairy, no eggs, no animal products. Now, that being said, what's great about the recipes that we've created for this program, you could add meat or fish if you would like to add those items to these dishes. I like to think about it as, we're providing you with a really great baseline and foundation of plant food, and then if you needed or wanted to add onto that, you certainly could. We're very Devin's well versed in all of this stuff, and we're very cognizant of making sure we have complete proteins and all that kind of thing. So you don't need the protein from meat or dairy, but if you would like to add that, that is also an option.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
So I may have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I was looking through your guys' Facebook, and I think it looks really great. Like all of the dishes that you guys have posted are really colorful and aesthetically pleasing, and just from a consumer view, I think that's the best for looking really attractive and legitimate service, what you guys are doing. And then I see with your guys' Plantiful benefits, the second one you have is for how it's good for the environment. And I think that's something that if you guys like stressed, like for me personally, that would be like really attractive for, oh, I see on the news every day that like the environment's getting worse and worse and all this is like so terrible. And it kind of makes me want to make a change in my life, no matter like how small it would be. And I feel like if you guys kind of offer an outlet for a way where people can think that they are, making a good change, that would be a way to kind of pull a lot more people in.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Ethan. And we're also working with a social media class at the University of Iowa, and we did a presentation to that class. They're actually going to use our business as a little case study, but we got that exact same feedback. And so, that's what's really great about this this opportunity for us. There's plant powered means different things to different people. For some people it's a healthier lifestyle. For other people, it's more environmentally friendly. And so we definitely want to tap into the demographic that is interested in saving the planet, basically. So thank you for that feedback.
Thanks for the presentation. Really appreciate it. And good job overcoming some of the technical difficulties that we're having with Zoom today. My question is related to kind of adoption. So, moving generally to a plant-powered diet, or specifically to your product, what do you think is the biggest friction point or impediment from somebody at least trying a plant-based or plant-powered diet?
I think a big part of it is having a plan. And that's why we encourage so much of the prep ahead of time, because it's a big commitment, and we're not going to lie about that. It's a time commitment. It's, we usually say at least a couple hours on the weekend to set aside some time to, probably a little more than that if you're going to do your shopping and your prep. But yes, just planning out your recipes in advance, and then doing all the chopping and everything, things that you can make ahead of time. Everything that you can do ahead of time is going to set you up for success throughout the busy week. I know for myself, every evening I am just running around like crazy with my kids, and I teaching classes and everything. And so if I didn't plan ahead and prep most of my food, this would not be sustainable for me. So, but it's so worth it if you make that commitment. It's just, you just feel so much better. And my kids, like my husband is gluten-free, my son is vegan, and then my other kids like kid food, pizza and spaghetti, and they all love these recipes. So I don't have to cook 3 different things every night anymore. So that's another great thing about it.
Excellent, thanks. And I really appreciated the partnering idea with the CSA, because and sometimes if you can get the recipes to align with that period in the summer when we just have more kale than we know what to do with, right? But the seasonality of the CSA could be really interesting to get people to. I think it just could be a great win-win. Like, people feel better about being able to use all of the produce that they received and having those recipes. I think there's a lot of rich potential there.
Thank you. Yes, I have been a member of that CSA and numerous CSAs for over 10 years. And so we've got a lot of great tricks and hacks and recipes to share. And yeah, people definitely need ideas come about mid-season to the end of season for getting rid of that kale and figuring out how to enjoy kohlrabi.
And what in the heck to do with garlic scapes? I love that you had that in your presentation. I was like, because we never know what to do with the garlic scapes.
Oh, I can't wait to share these garlic scape recipes. I love garlic scapes. They're my favorite.
They're awesome. Devin, can you tell us a bit about your pet?
Oh, goodness. My pet pig, his name is Truman. He's not with us right now, but he's 6. He's a little black mini pig, and he loves it when we cook in the kitchen because the smells like drive him, although we don't give him a lot of the food, but he gets really excited when we cook because he loves the smell, and he's a great pet. He's pretty easy and he's smart, and he loves Mariah. She's at my house all the time, so he's gotten used to her, and yeah, he's vegan as well, so he's supportive.
It works out.
Do you guys have any challenges that you would like to maybe address to the group to see if anybody has a solution for you? You sound like you're off to a great start.
Well, thanks. I think, we'll just tell you what we've been challenged with, and maybe this is something that everyone's challenged with. I don't know. We haven't really had a lot of time. We're relatively, new in our journey with all of this to do a lot of networking. So this is great. I think that, ironically enough, the technical part of all of this has been really challenging for us. Just learning all the ins and outs of MailChimp, which is a really big part of what we do, has been challenging. It seems like Facebook changes almost every single day. And so figuring out how to navigate the ad world and Facebook and those challenges has been, I can't think of another word for it. It's been not fun, but we're working on it. I think the other thing is, we're very creative and collaborative, and we love the food side, and obviously the coaching side, and there's even a self-care side that Devin does a great job of emphasizing. But the running the business piece is hard. And I was listening to we were listening to Dawn's presentation, and it was, I think you talked a lot about finding time to, just to vote on the business. And so that's something that I think we really have been struggling with, because we're managing communities. We're trying to have live events, we're trying to create all this beautiful content, and, then getting back to the business has been really challenging. So if you have any suggestions for that would be amazing.
Yes, we need to watch lots of tutorials on QuickBooks and all of those fun platforms.
And putting systems in place that work for you, because what works, the way your business runs and things goes is not necessarily going to be at the next person. And so I think what I've seen is you do you, and not worry so much about what this other person is doing. Obviously, you want to know what your competition is doing and what's out there, but it's going to be about what works for you guys. It's just like implementing that diet or that fitness routine. If it doesn't fit into the way that you do your life, you may have to make some changes. But that's how it's going to go well, is if you put those systems that you can work with. You meal plan on the weekends. What day are you going to do your expenses? What day are you going to focus on your Facebook feeds? All those types of things, of getting those natural rhythms and cadences to flow for you, so then it's not so painful. So yeah, you guys have it because of the things that you already do. So now it's just applying it to the business side of it.
That's brilliant.
Thank you. That's great advice.
Yeah, I love the presentation. My name's Eric. Yeah, on that topic, running the business is a whole other job. It can be full time for sure. Just running it, never mind promoting it, and all interesting and important parts of the job. And one book that I could recommend if you've not read it, was one of the first books recommended to me when I started my business, was one called The E-Myth. Probably many of you have seen it or read it. It's several editions have been published over the years, but it's short for the entrepreneurial myth. And it talks about some of these issues and some solutions and ideas about how to present that or try to address those of people like yourself or myself that were technically adept and thought, I'll start a business to provide that solution. And that's great, but it talks about some of the challenges that you'll face and and ways really to set up your business for, if you want, even larger growth. But it does point out that sometimes that means either finding somebody else to do those things for you, or changing your focus from what it sounds like you really love to do and are doing great at, to some of the, in my view, more mundane parts of just running the business day to day. So the E-Myth, I think it's by Michael Gerber. I saw a number of heads nod. Very common, popular book for entrepreneurs and startups. So
Awesome. Thank
good
you.
luck to you, though. This is great. And so my question was, you mentioned, my other question was, you mentioned remote, because I'm in Illinois, so you're prepared and able to do that. So that's great. Okay.
Yes.
Probably not much of a question, but thank you.
All right. Well, looks like there might not be any more questions, so I'll ask the final question. What can we as a community do to help you?
Well, if you can, I think the first thing is just telling your friends and family and colleagues about us, and sharing our social media posts, or even having people like us or follow us. That would be amazing, and it'd be obviously a great endorsement from the community. So I think that's the first thing that comes to our minds. And of course, if you have any other advice, we do have a contact form on our website, or we could also give out our email addresses.